All right, so I just want to continue walking you guys through the Canvas page. In the first video, we already went through the Start Here module. So we talked about what's required basically during your week one due dates, Wednesday and Friday of the first week. And we took a peek at the syllabus. So remember that there's the syllabus as well as the frequently asked questions, so definitely check both of those out. So I want to keep going and just take a look at the rest of our Canvas page basically. Ooh, and one thing that I always forget to do, so let me go ahead and do it now. Throughout the course, I don't see you, right? You guys don't come and sit in a classroom in front of me. So if I need to communicate with you, you need to be able to be reached, right? So I'm not going to see you, on campus on Monday or Wednesday or anything. So I can't reach you unless you guys are signing into Canvas and checking messages. So I just want to make you guys aware of that because some students, they'll kind of like complete a bunch of homework early and then they just don't check in and I don't hear from them and I can't communicate with them. So the two ways that I will be communicating with you guys individually and as a class are through announcements. So over here on my to-do list, I can see that there's an announcement. It's this little megaphone. So I have a welcome announcement posted, or you can click on the actual announcements tab to see that welcome announcement. And I'll be posting announcements, multiple times throughout the week, reminding you guys about due dates, giving you tips on how to prepare for exams, just stuff like that. So be sure that you check up on the announcements page. And then the other place is through the inbox. So when you click inbox, you'll see messages, for all your classes. But if I want to send you an individual message, I would send it through the inbox. So make sure that you're going into Canvas and just checking on those things. And if you click on account, and it won't work for me because I'm a fake student, but if you click on notifications, you can actually have like a text message sent or an email sent or whatever you want every time that I post an announcement or every time that I send you an email. So you can control that. So if you know that you're going to be kind of spotty with popping into Canvas, then have it send messages to your phone, for example. So that way it'll kind of remind you, oh, there's activity in my class. Let me go ahead and sign in and check on that. So update those notifications. That's always a good idea. Okay, so going down here, I mentioned the to-do list, and this is a nice way to keep on track. So you can see you've got that announcement that was posted, and then your orientation quiz is due Wednesday, and then these are your March 19th due dates. So that's kind of a nice way to view what's coming up, what you still haven't completed. So just keep an eye on that as you go through the course. All right, so below the Start Here tab is the Help Me tab. We don't meet face-to-face, but you guys can meet with me virtually. So I have a virtual office hour from noon to 1 every Monday through Friday. So if you click here and then click on this link, this is a link to Microsoft Teams meeting. And you don't need to have the Microsoft Suite or anything to be able to use this. Sometimes students join just by clicking on this on their phone. Just be aware that if nobody's on by 12:10, then I go ahead and just end the video call, but I am in my office. So if you guys want to talk to me at like 12:30, just send me an email to let me know that you'll be on there at 12:30 and then I'll see you there. But you just click this link if you want to do a video meeting with me. Also, this is a link to the Academic Resource Center. So the Tutoring and Learning Center has free tutoring. You can do tutoring appointments virtually or you can go on campus. So I just want to point that out. A lot of students don't use that and I don't know why because tutors are expensive. They give you free tutoring at SCF. It's a really great deal, so check them out. The next tab, if you click this is a link to the e-text. Believe it or not, textbooks have like good math stuff in them. So if you're struggling in a section, try using our ebook. So this is a link to the e-text for the course. And then this is another spot. I'll go ahead and pop in here just to show you. So this is the multimedia library. So you navigate by chapters. So let's say you're having trouble with factoring and, whatever, factoring binomials, I'll pick that and select all. So the videos that I assign you guys in the homework, you'll see those videos repeated here, these video lectures. There are also some test prep videos, different animations. So they have different features by section. You'll see different stuff for each section. But just extra tools to make you guys aware of. So use those if you'd like. They're there for you. Okay, so I think that's everything in the Help Me tab. So I'm going to go back to Home. So that was our Help Me module. So check that out if you're struggling. Or, of course, email me. I'm here for you guys. All right, so I mentioned that scavenger hunts are part of your grade, and scavenger hunts will be completed through Canvas. There will be 6 total. So far, I've just published the first 3, but I'll be publishing the rest as we go. So for example, Scavenger Hunt 1, if you click on that, it's due March 23rd. So why are you making me do this? I always like to put something like that up at the top. So this one teaches you how to review a completed quiz in MyLab Math or a homework assignment for that matter. So you'll follow these instructions. I try to provide screenshots and really make this very step by step. And I just want you guys to send me a screenshot showing that you've gone in, you reviewed a quiz, you know how to view your correct answer versus the incorrect answer that you typed in. And then you'll just submit it to me here in Canvas. So you would click Submit Assignment and submit that screenshot to me. So scavenger hunts, they're different, every week. But the idea is that it will teach you something useful, hopefully a resource about the course that will just help you be more successful. So they're really quick, easy assignments. They're not worth a huge part of your grade, only 5%, but just be sure to do them every week. And usually they will actually benefit you. That's why I do these. All right, and after that, I've got a module for each of the corresponding modules in MyLab Math. So let me go ahead and just click on, I'll pick Module 2. So if you first click here, so this is a reminder that you need 85% minimum on your homework assignments, 70% minimum on your quizzes, and then the Module 2 exam. And then one thing that I do want to point out down here, Module 2 corresponds to sections 3.1 through 3.6, 4.1 through 4.3, and 4.5 in the e-text. So it's not like Module 2 lines up with Chapter 2. So if you are going to go look around in the e-text, I just want you to know that I did post the sections that are corresponding to each module. So if you guys are going into the ebook, you might find that helpful. If you click here, this is how you can do your work. So this will take you to that All Assignments tab. So assuming that you're in Module 2, all of these Module 1 assignments are already complete, and you could start working on Module 2 and start moving your way through there. So that's always a tab that I post in each module. Clicking next. Let's see what we got. Okay, so as students send me questions, as you guys say, oh, I'm really having trouble on question number 13 from such and such assignment, I will either post a video or show my work through a PDF or something like that and reply to the student. And when I do that, I like to share it with the rest of the class too. So as you guys send me questions, you'll see these pages updated. So a lot of times you guys send me the same questions over and over. So I just like to post an example because so many students have the same question. So check here if you notice a tricky question. A lot of times I've already posted my work here. And then when we get to this page, tips for the Module 2 exam. It's kind of repetitive because I post the same thing for all of your module exams, but I remind you guys of how to review quizzes. One way to prepare for each module exam is to review the quizzes from that module. So remember, you're going to go over that in Scavenger Hunt 1, but that's a really good way to study for the Module 2 exam, is to go through all the Module 2 quizzes and use that as kind of your test bank. Another way is something called a study plan, and this study plan will only appear during the testing window. So if we go into this tab, so like at the end of Module 1, you don't see the Module 1 exam because it's not open or available yet. Just for illustration purposes right now, I went ahead and made the Module 2 exam available right now, although I'm going to change that. So by the time you're watching this video, you won't see this. But for the purposes of this video, when a module exam is available, then you'll see it. So when the testing window from Tuesday to Thursday is happening, you'll see the module exam pop up, and then you'll see this corresponding study plan. The study plan has no impact on your grade. It's totally optional, but the questions that I put on the Module 2 exam, that dictates what the study plan will throw at you in terms of practice questions. So that's another good way to prepare for an exam. So you can use these study plans, but this will only appear during the 3-day testing window when that exam is available. I just want to mention that. Okay, and again, for all your module exams, you'll be using HonorLock. If you want to refresh your memory about how to follow the HonorLock instructions, I posted a link for the pretest because I have thorough instructions there for how to go through HonorLock. And then the next tab takes you to the Module 2 exam. You actually can't take it right now because it's not open yet. You're not in the testing window, so that's why it's appearing locked right now. And then the last thing I want to show you at the end of each module, I give you guys the option to submit work for potential partial credit. Those of you guys who have used My Lab Math, you know that sometimes you'll put a 4 and it was a -4 and you just made like a little typo, or you're typing an ordered pair and you mistakenly put like a semicolon instead of a comma, or just something silly like that. So My Lab Math would mark you completely wrong, give you 0 credit for something like that. Where if I had a paper test, I could see in your work that you just made this silly little mistake and I could give you partial points. If you want, as you're taking your test in Honor Lock, you can use blank scratch paper and you can show your work as you're going through the test. And then you can scan that and submit this as an assignment here to me, and I'll go through your work and see if I can award you any partial credit points. So please take advantage of that. Your score can only go up by submitting that. Okay, so all the modules will look relatively the same. So I just randomly picked module 2, but that's basically what you can expect for all of these modules 1 through 6. I also want to point out at the very end, there's a tab called for future use My Lab Math links. So these are just if you want to play around more in My Lab Math, like here's a gradebook link for you to review your quizzes and homeworks. This is just a tab to get you to that all assignment page. This is the e-text link, the study plan. So all this stuff, if you guys need it. Also, there's a tech support page with links to the tech support for My Lab Math. Hopefully you guys don't need it, but realistically speaking, it's a computer system, so stuff happens. Let me see. I think actually that's all that I wanted to say during this video, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. But as you guys go, please obviously contact me with any questions you have. You can use Canvas messages. And actually, let me just pop back into an assignment real fast. Make sure you guys know about this. If you have a specific homework question, so once you're in My Lab Math, make sure that you know about this question help section. Use these first, the help me solve this and view an example. That helps kind of walk you through the problem. And then if you're still getting stuck, you can use Ask My Instructor. And it sends an email straight to me, to my email address, and it will include an exact copy of this problem. So if you do want to send me an Ask My Instructor question, that's really helpful for me to provide you feedback. But type as much as you can in there. So say, I set up this equation. First, I subtracted the 4 from both sides. Then I, subtracted the 4x. I ended up with x equals -25. Do you have any ideas where I'm going wrong? Like, be as specific as you can, and then I can help you as much as I can. I just want to make sure you guys all know about that Ask My Instructor button. All right, and also when you're working on homework, even though I have a 0%, assuming that you've completed a little bit of the homework, you can save your work. So that way, if you've only done 1 or 2 problems, you don't have to redo them when you go back in. So just so you guys are aware of that. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Hope to hear from you guys, and I look forward to working with you in the course.